And we're gonna walk around and look for some scorpions. I've been looking for a bridge like this for over 3 years. Out here in the Arizona desert, I finally found one. And tonight, we're gonna hang right underneath of it. All right, if you're ready, let's go. So we're just gonna walk right over to it and start looking around to see where the best place is to settle in for the night. So we're gonna camp here all night long. I've been looking, like I said, for over 3 years for a bridge like this. And I stumbled across this the other day, this road into Mammoth. This is the Copper Valley, so there's a lot of copper mines. I'll tell you more about that and why this bridge is here. And where I'm standing right now, what we're walking on is a wash. So a wash is a run where a lot of water comes when they get into their monsoon season and stuff. And a lot of times the railroad would build bridges like this over it to keep them dry. And the train could actually run through and the water could still go through. What a beautiful bridge that is. So we got it running right over there to that bank. And then, like I said, we're standing right in the middle of the wash. But this is an old timber railroad bridge. And I'm gonna check out to see what railroad actually this was that ran over here. I didn't have enough time to do any research on it, but I did a little bit. All right, so you can see there's a lot of ATV tracks or side-by-side tracks. There's some runs that come through here. But look at that mountain ridge on the other end. This is gonna be a beautiful area, but I've got to figure out exactly where we're gonna set up. I think I actually want to go right under here. Try to pick one without as much vegetation underneath of it, because we are in rattlesnake territory. So we got to be kind of extra careful. See, like that brush right there at the bottom of that? This one seems to be one of the most open ones. That one seems like it's got more tracks going through it. This one's got less, and there's this big bush right here. Now, why I got my trekking pole? Well, for this, which is just tap the brush. I'm not hearing any rattles, so that's good. So right now it's about 89 degrees, and snakes like warm weather, and they also like shade. Now there are banks on both sides, so we're gonna investigate that, but the sun's going down. It is about 5:30 right now, so I wanna get set up here, kind of get things settled, and then we're gonna take a look around. So nothing around that one. Look on the back side, nope. So I'm gonna take this off, and I gotta figure out exactly how we're gonna set this up. But I do have my one hammock with me tonight, so my idea is we're gonna hammock. I'll probably use these cross members for the hammock, for the straps. I don't know if I go straight across or not. 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually can. Yeah, I think we might go a little bit on an angle there. I feel like I just stepped into an old Western. And in fact, I did look this up. And one of the things that it did say is that there was it's not documented, but the townsfolk had said that there was a movie here, and I did look it up, and I did find this bridge in that movie. I'll tell you what that movie is in a little while, but first I got to get these straps set up. It used to be a trekking pole, but I'm going to use that as my snake pole, or call it my snake pole now. But the wash was pretty easy to walk down. I mean, it's very sandy, and I did see a lot of different rocks on the way out here. So with a little bit of light left, if we get set up quick, we're gonna take a look at the bridge, and then we will also, I want to do a little bit of rock hounding. All right, let me get the ditty bag out, and that's where our straps are. And I think, yeah, I think that one right over here. Yeah, these are solid, and they got huge bolts through them. One thing about being in the Arizona desert with these wood truss bridges, the dry climate really helps them a lot. But they are, looks like they're treated with some creosote as well. Yeah, let's get this set up. That's one strap hung up. I get the other one out. So if you're wondering what hammock I got tonight, if you're interested, this is the, I got the Dutchware hammock, the Hellbender. And these are the Dyneema straps. And we'll just put this one around. I want to stay a little higher than normal. I don't know if that's going to be high enough, but we certainly don't want to step out of the hammock onto a rattlesnake. So I want to make sure I'm high enough. Let's string it out. I got to get it first. So this hammock here, it has its own stuff sack. So I'm just going to hook this to the one end and then pull it all out. I want my head to be down at this end, even though that bush is right there. I think I want to, you know what? I'm going to put my head at this end because the sun should be coming up in that direction in the morning. So I do have this one in a snake skin. So the hammock is all together. And we come to the other side and we're just gonna clip this right on there. These are nice. These are a buckle strap. So I can actually adjust myself more that way. And we're staying away from the bush. That's good. So we'll just adjust it by pulling this strap down here. That's good. Yeah, sun is going down. Oh, that's gonna be nice. Okay, let's give this a sit and see how we got it. If it's just right. Well, I think we did a pretty good job. All righty. Oh yeah, boy is that comfortable. Oh man, looking up you can see all the train tracks up above. Oh, we got the moon off to the side. Yeah, and the sun should be coming up over there. Man, we've been dilly-dallying and the sun's already going down. Well, I've got some more stuff to do around camp. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to do any rock hounding, but because it is getting dark, I did bring a UV light, so a black light. We are going to look for scorpions after it gets dark, but oh, if you've never seen a scorpion with a black light, they jump out like a neon light. I'm building it up. I hope we see one. But I'm going to get a continuous ridge line going across there because what I want to do is run a light across there just so it kind of illuminates our area because I don't want to step on a snake or a scorpion in the middle of the night because you know I'll probably have to get up in the middle of the night. All right, let me get that stuff done too. I can't be laying around here all day. Or maybe I could. Yeah, I got the light up. So this is a ridgeline light. I've got it up on a continuous ridgeline. Usually it would hang on this one, but I put it up a little higher because I want it to kind of surround us so I can see both sides of the hammock in the middle of the night. All right, I'm gonna save my battery and turn it off. Yeah, the town of Mammoth is just right down at the end of this wash. So we're gonna have a nice starry night. I don't really see any, well, a little bit of clouds, but not many. So we should have a nice clear night. Walk out away from the bridge so we can see it a little better. So this bridge runs all the way across the wash. And from what I understand, I was talking to a gentleman down who was dropping off his tractor trailer. He was hauling material from the mine, like sulfuric acid. He's got a tanker that does that. His name was Kevin. And he's lived in the town of Mammoth pretty much all his life, and he's worked in the copper industry in this Copper Valley. But there is a smelter up near Hayden. That's a huge mine. I think he said it was a huge mine. I said mine, but it was it's a huge active mine, you know, harvesting not only copper, but also other elements and minerals that are in the ground, but mainly copper. And there's a big smelter up in the town of Hayden. And this bridge used to carry material because there's another smelter out that way. And that smelter is no longer operational. It's been gone for many years, he said. And so the bridge, it's rarely, if ever, used. It may not even be used anymore. But they don't have to haul all that stuff by car up there. But I believe that he said the bridge was right around the 50s. And he's the one that mentioned that there were some movies filmed in this area and this bridge. So that's pretty cool. And I did look up what that movie was. It was Charleston Heston, and the title of the movie was The Last Hard Man. So it was about a sheriff that had stopped working, retired, and there was a prisoner who 11 years earlier, I guess, had been arrested by him. You can look it up. It's Charles Heston, and I think it was 1976 it was filmed. Now, from that direction, that way, where the old smelter was, I did find a clip. There's a train coming, and they were underneath the bridge. Not Charleston Heston, but the other ones. You'll have to go watch it. I just grabbed this clip here, but you can see how they were climbing up the cross beams and then working their way up to the top as the train was coming. And then once the train came down the track, they kind of timed it and then rolled underneath of the train in between the wheels and grabbed a hold of the underneath of the train and then climbed up a ladder, got on top of the train, and then they went inside of the, I guess it was a meat car with ice and stuff, you know, hanging beef. But that's in that movie. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just went on to get that clip there. But yeah, that's really neat. We're hanging under history. And we didn't find just any old bridge. We found one that was actually in a movie. So we're just going to sit down here, and before we cook dinner, what are we having for dinner? Well, I'll tell you once we get there. But first I'm going to enjoy the rest of this sunset and listen to the sounds of the desert. Well, this is my little backpacking stove that's in here. And I did bring this pan along. Why? Well, I am going very simple because I had to pack in to get here. So I stopped at McDonald's and I grabbed a couple of quarter-pounder patties. So I do that off the a la carte menu. When I'm traveling, I go in, you say, I want to order off the a la carte menu because I'm over 2 years carnivore where I just eat beef, butter, bacon, and eggs and cheese. So I packed in a, what is this, a Black Creek crafted in Wisconsin. Cheddar cheese, ultra sharp, 3 years aged. It's starting to melt. So it should be nice and soft. So we got that. We got our 1/4 pounder patties. And what my plan was is just to heat them up in this pan. I'm just going to get them warm when they're already warm. But oh well, I put them in the refrigerator to get them here. And then I pulled them out of the refrigerator, put them in this bag, and then came out here. But they are 1/4 pounder patties. I've eaten those a couple different times, especially when I'm traveling. It's now they say that it's 100% USDA beef. I was listening to Dr. Ken Berry. He has a YouTube channel, and he said, because a lot of them do that when they're traveling, and he said, if it wasn't USDA 100% beef, you would know about it, because McDonald's has got to have some disgruntled employees that would tell everybody about it. Now, maybe that's controversial. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to eat. All right, well, let me get set up and start eating them burgers up. Then I got to cut the cheese too. Well, slice our cheese. Yeah, it's still windy. I had thought about having a little fire out here, but with the wind and this totally timber bridge, I don't think I'm going to do that. So our little burner will heat them up just good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and break into the cheese. Get that ready, because I want to make a couple slices, and then we can eat a little bit of that with our warm McDonald's burger. So the light is really working out good. You can see around my feet. Hopefully you can. It's lighting this whole area up, so that's going to be real good. And then I got my headlamp on too. And you know, in a situation like this, you pretty much want to have your headlamp near you where you can turn it on, you know, especially in an area like this where we got scorpions, we got, you know, rattlesnakes. I don't know if they'd be out here, but they're going to look for a warm place at night. And I don't want to wake up with a rattlesnake snuggled up against me. Nope. Oh, that's gonna be good. Yeah. I think I'll just chunk a couple pieces and then eat them right off of there. I didn't lay that in my hammock. I laid it on that plastic bag there. Oh, I think they're good enough. Ooh, that's hot. All right, so there is our 1/4 pounder patty burger. That was quick. All right, first bite. And then I'm gonna kind of chase it with a chunk of cheese. If you've never had a McDonald's burger, just the patty, they taste like a ground steak. They're actually way different than if you were to eat it in a burger with everything else on it. They've got a really good flavor. All right. So this is that Black Creek. Now I did get this from Walmart. So that's the Black Creek cheese from crafted in Wisconsin. Ooh, there was a bug that flew by. I do have a bug net for this, so it's in the bag. I have never really deployed it yet, but it's a bottom entry bug net. I don't think we're gonna have an issue. That looked like a moth that flew by. All right, cheese. Cheers, cheese. That said, ultra sharp, aged 3 years. Definitely very, very distinct, very sharp. I don't know if I can tell if it's aged 3 years, but it's definitely got a very unique, sharp flavor to it. Boy, that's pretty good. I got that at Walmart in Katina, Arizona, which is that way. All right, well, I am going to finish eating my cheese and my burger. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Yum. Well, I'm all cleaned up. That was a great dinner. And look over my shoulder. The moon. Yeah, it is. So that's going to be there for a while. Very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this light out to conserve some power, and then we are going to take a quick walk in the wash to see if we can find any scorpions. But you can see I got the area cleaned up underneath, and I got our book bag hanging right, our backpack hanging right there. And we're gonna walk around and look for some scorpions. We got a side-by-side coming here. Hopefully they can see where I'm at. Oh, they're all lit up. See if they go through the normal area. Oh, don't turn in mine. Don't turn in mine. Oh, very cool. Yeah. I'm gonna go see if he wants to talk. All right, David, see ya.
All right, you gotta take care. Have a good trip.
All right, thanks. So I was just talking to David and getting a little bit of information, but he said this goes all the way up to Oracle. He's out for a night drive. He's got a Jeep, and I asked him, I said, how far could I make it up through there? And he said, well, you got to kind of watch with the sand and stuff, but yeah, I'd love to make that trip one of these days. But he was kind of filling me in. I told him that I was just getting ready when he came through I got that UV light, and we're gonna look for some scorpions. And he said, oh, you gotta really, really watch. He said they'll climb this bridge. He's seen them on the bridge and everything. So hopefully we get to see one. But he was also telling me that we gotta kind of watch for spiders. They got wolf spiders, recluse spiders, black widows, things like that are all over in this area. And he said, I asked him about snakes, if he saw any rattlesnakes, and he said in the last month he's seen over 100 snakes killed on the roads, and he said they'll even bury into the sand and stuff. So I wish I didn't talk to David. All right, let's go look for some scorpions. So I'm checking around some of these bushes and stuff at the base of them. I'm not seeing anything yet. So just kind of want to look around some of these bushes, some of this desert vegetation. I'm not seeing anything yet. Okay, I'm using my flashlight because I made it over to the one end of the bridge. So this is where all the rocks are. So I'm just shining and showing you kind of what it looks like, and then I'm gonna hit it with the black light. But this is the one end. This is what we want to stay away from during the day because there's probably snakes on here. Yeah, let me hit it with the light. So this is the black light on. We're just going to scan it. And they will jump right out on here. I wish there would be one so we could see what it looked like so I could show you. So far, no luck. Yeah. But when we see one, man, it just lights up. All right, I'll keep moving and looking. Okay, I moved a little bit more under the truss. Oh, there's one right there in the center. See how that thing lights up? Oh, let's see if I can get you a little closer. Yeah, it's like a neon light. No, he's not very big. Oh, that is so cool. Where there's one, there's probably more. But that's a little guy. David was telling me he saw some pretty big ones around here. I don't know what that is over here. Oh, I don't know what that is. It's just something. Looks like. Oh, I think there's one down in that crack. I just realized I'm not keeping my eye on that where that little one was. Where was he? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he didn't move. I guess he's hunting. I am glad we saw one. That is perfect. So I don't know if you can see him. I just have a regular white light on him, but watch this when I do the UV light. The UV light's over here. All right, there he is. And then no UV light. UV light. So if you're just walking around with a headlamp, you're probably walking right over them. Because the only way I saw that was with this UV light. Yeah. All right. I'm going to head back to camp. But I am definitely using the UV light and my headlamp all at the same time. Because I do not want to just walk over one and step on one that I'd reach up and say hello. I don't want any hellos tonight. Well, I have just been hanging out at camp. It's about 11:30 right now. I was taking my phone and taking some pictures of the bridge at night, doing some like night photography. They turned out okay, not great, but with the light on, I was shooting through the train bridge to get a shot of the hammock and all the wooden truss that goes up through there. That was pretty cool. Well, but I am going to go to bed. I will see you in the morning. I'll bring you back if anything happens. I may leave that light on just a little bit longer. But as we saw over there, unless I've got the black light, I'm not going to be able to tell if there's any scorpions down there. I'm just going to keep an eye out for things. I was looking for little spiders. Haven't seen any. I did see a few webs over there, but they might have been old. All right. Well, I will see you in the morning. Good night. Lights out. Well, I'm going to just turn my headlamp off. I'm going to leave that big light on for a little while longer. All right. We'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Looking under my hammock just to make sure before I get up. What an amazing hang this was. Waking up under an old wooden trestle bridge feeling like you're in a Western. This has been a tremendous hang. I am so glad I found this. I think I might have to come back when I'm in Arizona. Yeah, I heard coyotes last night, but they were way down the tracks in that direction. Coyotes are always a great sound. I tried to pick it up a little bit, but they were too far away. So I just went back to bed. Didn't bother waking you up. All right, well, the sun is up, so I'm going to go ahead and get up, and it's getting a little high in the sky there. It did get a little chilly last night. I did grab the jacket, put it on. I used the top quilt, but these are coming off very quick this morning. All right, let me get up and get this day started. Oh, I got to get me some water. I'm not going to make coffee this morning. What? You're not making coffee? No. It's a good idea that I hydrate. My hand was cramping up. My toe was cramping up earlier this morning. And I stopped at the a Circle K and I saw this bottle and I'm like, it's an aluminum bottle and it's water. It's called Path. Alkaline purified water with electrolytes for taste. pH is 9.5. And I saw this and I saw that it was black. I thought, oh, that'll match my black backpack. So I can fill these and reuse them. But electrolytes are important. All right. Salute. Cheers. Good morning. It's about 7:30 right now. That's a good bottle of water. I'll have coffee later. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't want to dehydrate any more than I feel. And coffee is kind of does that to me. Oh, look at that. I was gonna go rock hounding and I just looked down and I saw this. Let me grab it. Oh, that is a cool rock. So we did get to go rock hounding a little bit. Oh, that's really neat. I don't know if you know what kind of rock that is. It's got some sparklies in it and looks like grays or blacks. I don't know. It almost looks like granite, a form of granite. Lots of different kinds of granite, but this looks and feels like granite. So I heard cows over in that area last night. Either I was dreaming or it was a cow. Ribeye or, yeah, but I did see cow droppings. This is like a range as well because when I came in off the main road, I did have to cross a cow grate to kind of keep cattle in. They won't walk across those grates, but you can drive across them. So when I walk back to the car, hopefully I'll see another cow. I am a little full, but I can always eat one. Oh, there was, when I was coming into town, I stopped at the Circle K. I'm going to put this in my pocket. I am taking this home. But I stopped at the Circle K. And right next door, there was a place called Ranchero. I took a picture of it. I just thought it was like charcoal and grilling and stuff. I walked in. They had an amazing meat case. And the ribeyes were $13.99 a pound. That's cheap. I would know. But they had porterhouse steak or Delmonico steaks. I think they were $10.99 a pound. So I talked to the owner, Leo, and I said, hey, I wish I'd have known this before I was coming out the road. I stopped at McDonald's, got those 2 hamburger patties. And I said I didn't bring anything to cook a steak on or anything like that. He says, well, we'll grill them for you. So he said, you pick it out and we grill it. What a great store. I told him I was going to stop back on my way out today and pick up some stuff really great store, and I looked at all the pricing, and it was amazing. I think he said he had 2 or 3 other stores down in Tucson area, but he has been up here at this one for over a year now. Great find. If you're ever passing through, go on and say hi to Leo. That's a great little store, and I'm gonna stop on my way out of town. All right, well, I've got to get all this packed up and stuffed back in the backpack and hike on out of here. Got to get my my snake stick, my trekking pole for the way out. But it's 84 degrees right now. It did get down to 57 last night. Like I said, it was just a little chilly in a t-shirt, and I just put that on and pulled up the top quilt. But I don't think I'll have to worry about snakes, but a little while later I will. Well, that'll do it for this random adventure. I want to say thanks a lot for coming along on this adventure. This was a really memorable spot. Mammoth, Arizona. If you're coming down from Superior, right before you cross the wash, turn right. There's a little access road back into this area. And if you're around, I think you should check it out. Great find, great spot, great camp, great sleep. And I will see you on the next random adventure. And if you can't get out and have your own adventure, keep coming along with me. All righty, Tony 2.0, got to get packed up and get on the road because we got places to go and things to do. All right, we'll see you on the next random adventure. Out. Out here in the Arizona desert, I finally found one.